Hello, all you wonderful people. This is honeymaysims, and welcome back to my channel and to the second part of this build where I'm making a spa and ski resort. So if you haven't checked out the first part already, I'm going to link it in the description, but you can also find it on my channel. So if you haven't watched it yet, you better go watch it before you watch this one so you don't miss out on anything. So, as I said in the first part, this is for the collab, hashtag Winter Wonderland save file on Instagram, which revolves around a lot of simmers coming together and making these cute and cozy winter and Christmas builds. And yeah, so I'm just continuing where I left off from the first part. I'm doing this voiceover just right after the last one. And yeah, so I'm currently doing a lot of the textures. I wanted a lot of like natural woods in this one, so a lot of this nice brown wood, but also a lot of these modern elements to it. And yeah, like these black doors, which are from base game, like the simple ones, but I also put like this industrial kit one because I thought it looked really nice in this entrance area and into this entertainment section, which I talked about in the last part, and yeah, about why I wanted to include it. And so I'm just going to go over what kind of sections you're going to find in this build. First off, I wanted to include a spa section, which is like the main attraction of this resort. So there's like this pool, hot spring, sauna, and also these items that came with spa day, like the massage table and chair, but also the makeup chair, which came with Get Famous. There's also a fitness and yoga section, or like two sections, like a yoga section and then the fitness section on the left side of the build. And there's also 3 bedrooms, a restaurant, and on top you'll find a big entertainment section with like the big screen, DJ booth, a bar, and a lot of tables and seating. So I'm currently doing some adjustments to the outside as well. So I'm currently in like winter mode so that I could see what it would look like in like my photos and everything, and what it would look like in winter in general. I also added this island living wallpaper, like the wood one, as I'm using a lot on the inside as well, just to create like consistency, but also to bring some of that exterior inside as well. And now I'm just doing some of the landscaping. I wanted to include the snowy escape, snow covered trees, and I wanted to include this pond as well. And as you saw earlier, I added those like spraying fountains. I did use the tool mod to kind of rotate them to make it look like a waterfall. And I also included this little section in the front here where I'm eventually going to use like the benches, which came with Snowy Escape as well. I really love those benches, so I just had to add those. And I think I also used some of the Toddler stuff pack, like the fairy lights, so it's going to look really cozy and inviting. So maybe people would like sit there in the evening and just watch everything, maybe with a hot cup of coffee or hot cocoa and just like enjoying each other's company and yeah, having a nice time. So what I'm currently doing is I'm putting out these mountains, snow-covered mountains, which came with Snowy Escape, and they're in the debug section. So I am kind of making them smaller, and I'm using tool mod, which was really helpful for this because I could like lower and raise and even making the things even smaller so it would fit perfectly. Yeah, so I'm just kind of putting those all around to make it look like a real mountainside, and it has a lot of snow and some of them even have like ice, like you could see by the pond there. And here I'm trying to make a realistic like skiing hill. That was like the main idea for this lot in the first place, that I wanted to have this kind of skiing hill where you could like imagine the Sims skiing down, but unfortunately that's not going to be functional in game, but it's kind of like just nice to look at, and you get kind of the idea what this resort is all about, really just like skiing, but also on the inside there's like this surprise with the spa and everything. So I think both the spa and skiing is like a nice combination. So maybe if you've been out skiing in the morning or afternoon, and then you could go like inside and yeah, go to the spa and maybe take a swim in the pool or just relax by the pool. Or yeah, I really enjoyed that idea, so I went with it. And as I said, I added a lot of these like mountainsides and rocks all around this lot, so it's going to look really nice, I think, in the end. And I hope you're going to end up thinking the same when as you're watching this, and maybe when you see like the result, or when you download this from the gallery yourself. I would really appreciate it if you would like go check it out in game and like see all the little details and see how big this lot is, because as I said in my previous video, this is like the biggest lot in the game, which is a 64 by 64. So I had a lot of fun, but it was also challenging to kind of find like space for everything, or not find space, but like what am I going to do with all this space? So like the opposite of that. But I think I came up with like a nice balance between like the landscaping and the build itself. Yeah, I'm kind of finished with the outside, so I'm going on in the inside, and I'm putting out like a lot of decorations as I usually would. Just going through everything, putting out like all the little things that I want to include. So I'm currently working on the restaurant here because I wanted a really nice place for the guests to eat and have like this really pretty view as well. So that's why I added all of these windows, so you could have like a nice view of everything outside with the trees and the snow, and maybe in the evening when you're eating dinner here, then you can see like the sunset. And I think when I was doing screenshots and I turn it into like evening when you would see the sunset, I think it was really beautiful. So I hope if you check this out in game and you play during winter, and when it's going for when it's coming close to like that sunset, you're going to see just how beautiful it really looks. I think I also have a screenshots in the end with that particular photo, so you're going to see like a montage of like when it's in the afternoon, in the evening, but also at nighttime when it's all lit up, because I wanted to include that like holiday celebration tree, which has like these pretty lights on it. So I think pretty close to the end, when I was just going through everything and seeing if there was anything else I could add, I found that object and I felt like I just had to add it to make the exterior have that kind of like extra touch. So yeah, I added that one pretty much all over. But I think it makes the lighting look really pretty. And I also added like that snowy escape light, which you can find, I think it's actually in the skiing hill in Mount Komorebi, which came with Snowy Escape, that skiing light around the hill. And I think I went for the yellow color, and it's going to look really pretty at nighttime as well. So I'm really excited for you to see all the screenshots, and hopefully you think it's looking pretty as well. And yeah, I'm currently working on this spa section, or like this smaller spa section with like the massage table and everything. And we're continuing on to this little like entertainment space. I used the same object I did in the restaurant, which was this kind of divider which came with Dine Out, and it has lights on it as well, so I thought it would look really pretty as well. But I kind of sized it up using tulle as well, so that it would fit the wall, like the length of the wall better. And then I also had this idea that I wanted to include this city living suitcases, so I also used tulle mod to rotate it so it would look like it's standing. And also in this entrance area I added a lot of like chairs and stuff, so the guest could find something comfortable to sit at while they're waiting. And I also added this like reception area, and I thought because the roofing was going to be so tall, I added these eco lifestyle like dividers or something. I'm actually not sure if they're like dividers at all, but yeah, we're going to call them dividers now. So yeah, they're like going all the way up to the roof, so it's looking a little fancy maybe. And I also used that floor light which came with Spa Day, I would believe, because it has that sign on it. And also I wanted to add those chandeliers. And yeah, so I'm continuing on with this entertainment section again. I've been like passing by this area like a few times already, and I wanted to have this big comfortable couch, of course, so, and this big screen as well. I think it came with movie Hangout, if I'm not entirely wrong, but yeah, and that big table and some nice chairs as well. And I'm continuing on with this yoga section. So I wanted to have like raised areas, so on the one side it's raised with this sand texture from Snowy Escape, and I added those dividers that came with Dine Out. I think those fit really nicely with the theme of this room. So I used these like updated yoga mats from Spa Day. So there were like 4 mats, and then there was one where like the teacher could stand and do their lecture and everything. And I also added a lot of those small candles all around. So I'm continuing on with the bedrooms. So as I said in the first part, I first did like one room and then I copied it to the ones next to it, so it's going to look identical. And I also wanted to go for a really modern theme to go in style with the rest of the resort. And then I found this wallpaper that came with, let's see, vintage Glamour, I think. Like this pretty geometrical, I don't know, like with that Sims crystal on it. And I wanted to have a really neutral color, so I went for the gray one. But I think this is the one that like shines in the light. And of course I had to use that Seasons bed again. I think I chose the black swatch, I think, or the blue one maybe, as I'm seeing. Yeah, so I added like a back section, like a custom one for the bed, and also like the night table, so that it kind of looks like a full, so that it looks like it's all part of the same thing. And I also had like fun doing this wardrobe using, I think, Dream Home Decorator shelving, and I also used like the Moschino glass divider to kind of make it look like there's a sliding door. Or maybe it's not the Dream Home Decorator after all. I think that's actually from another pack that I can't come up with. Is that Spotty as well? I'm actually not sure. But either way, I put out all of these like little things that I wanted to have by this section opposite of the bed, where I'm going to include a little TV. Again, I copied that suitcase idea from downstairs, and I wanted that little fridge from Spa Day to be in there as well, so it's going to like resemble a little mini bar, and yeah, all kind of little knickknacks and things. And I also wanted to include that idea by putting that glowing tree on the wall, and then imagining that it had hooks on it so you could place like your robes on it and everything. So yeah, I thought that also was a little nice touch to this room. I also think I added that in the changing room, like by the spa and everything. Either way, we're coming up to the screenshots now, so I want to thank you for watching this. I'm going to list all the participants in this collab in the description, so if you can, please check out everyone's creations and leave some love in their comments as well. And yeah, you can find this build on the gallery. My ID is Owlrick, but you can also find it under the hashtag honeymaysims, and also this time the hashtag Winter Wonderland save file. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!